We know you can't get enough of your favorite flavors. Luckily, Kroger Free Pickup makes it easy to grab what you need without any surprise fees. Whether it's extra buns for the barbecue or those chips you just can't quit, start your cart with the Kroger app. Kroger, fresh for everyone. $35 order minimum. Restrictions may apply, subject to availability.
Get more ways to save at the Buy 5 or More Save $1 each sale. Just buy 5 or more participating items and save $1 each with card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
The owner, Kenya, also offers services to curate your wardrobe and make your home a sanctuary with interior design. Next time you're in downtown Noonan, be sure to stop by Greenhouse Mercantile. Open Wednesday through Saturday until 4 p.m. Hi, it's Ariel from the Sustainable Brown Girl radio show. My absolute favorite place to shop in downtown Noonan is Greenhouse Mercantile on East Washington Street. This aesthetically pleasing lifestyle store features a collection of goods from local artists, Black-owned businesses, and fair trade products. The owner, Kenya, also offers services to curate your wardrobe and make your home a sanctuary with interior design. Next time you're in downtown Noonan, be sure to stop by Greenhouse Mercantile. Open Wednesday through Saturday until 4 p.m.
Welcome to Connecting Hearts. Connecting hearts of women to resources, information, and to one another. Presented by Creative Heart Studios, 18 Perry Street and Noonan. Now here's your host, Margie Conway.
Hi, I'm Tracy Brooks. I'm the owner of Great Style Salon, located next to the Little Giant's grocery store at 487 Jackson Street, right off of 29. Our hours are from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And on Fridays, we're open from 12 noon until 4. Saturdays, we're open from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Please come check us out. We specialize in hair cutting and great scalp massages. And right now, I'm looking to hire 2 great hairstylists. Come check me out.
She's one of our sponsors. Hi, this is Margie Conway with Creative Heart Studios, and this is the Connecting Hearts Network broadcast. We're a collective of women who loves to come together and offer you resources and inspiration for your lives, so maybe you can have a little more peace and joy in there. And today our guest is Michelle Barr Thompson, who owns Uniforms for America in Peachtree City and in Fayetteville. Thank you for joining us today, Michelle.
Well, thank you for inviting me.
I worked for Michelle for about a year, part-time, and one reason that I invited Michelle here to the show is I like to highlight Christian businesswomen and how, God uses their businesses to help their communities and to do things there. And Michelle's uniform store, it has things for chefs and police officers, and they can get just about any uniform you need, but the primary part of it is for the medical field. And there's lots of nurses coming in and out, and, especially during COVID and things, she was one of the few places open. And so Michelle is able to minister to the nurses and doctors in the areas through that type of work. How did you get into the uniform business, Michelle?
Well, I got into the uniform business. I was always in retail, and I was working nights and weekends, and I really wanted to start a family, and I thought, working retail, those kind of hours. So I saw an ad in the newspaper once about Monday through Friday, no nights, no weekends. So I applied for the job, and I was a district manager for uniforms for a uniform store in North Carolina. Then I moved here to Georgia, to Peachtree City, because my parents live here. And I got a job working for somebody at a uniform store. And the day that I was thinking about maybe quitting because I wanted to start my own embroidery business, he asked if I wanted to buy Uniforms for America. So that day I bought Uniforms for America, and we were in Noonan, and then we moved it to Peachtree City. So
God has lined that all up very nicely. Now, I know from knowing Michelle personally that she was in the Air Force. Her dad was.
Yes, my dad was a chaplain in the Air Force, and we traveled. He was in for over 30 years. We traveled all over the world. We lived in Aviano, Italy, and we lived in Okinawa, Japan. Wow. And then my parents retired here in Peachtree City, and I thought this would be a great place to raise a family.
And it does seem to be so. She's been there and she's raised her daughter and does well. Your daughter is a speech therapist in the schools over there,
yeah,
right?
She's over at Huddleston School where she went to elementary school, and now she is a speech therapist there. So it's kind of great.
Yeah, I've been a little bit on that journey as she started that out with there. But the reason we invited Michelle in today is, first of all, we are doing Nurses Appreciation during May. Last month with our kindness bags, we passed them out to teachers all over the place, and this month our collective is passing them out to nurses all over the place. And Michelle's uniform store is a key place here that all of the employees from Piedmont's and the different doctors' offices and things come there to get their uniforms. So Michelle shows extreme support for these people. So this is Nurses Appreciation, and on Saturday you have a big event coming up. You want to tell us about your event?
Yes, so on Saturday, which is May 7th, which starts off Nurses Week, we are having a big sale. So first we're going to be giving any nurse a T-shirt, and it says Superhero Nurse. And we feel that the nurses, need to be appreciated for all the work they've done. I mean, for the last 3 years, it's been crazy for the nurses, and we want to appreciate everything that they've done. So we're giving free T-shirts away, plus we're also on Saturday going to have 20% off everything in the entire store, which we never usually do this, but we wanted to say thank you for helping us, and we want to help you guys. And my business has been successful because the nurses have come in and have appreciated everything we've done for them.
Right. And I know on this event we'll have a table set up for Connecting Hearts, and we will have some kindness bags that have anti-stress kits we're going to give to the nurses. And I know that they appreciate it because, like I said, I worked for you for about a year, and I heard all kinds of stories coming in. And I'm going to concentrate just a little bit on the COVID that we've just come out of, because COVID kind of floored everybody. And it shut, all kinds of things down. And I know we're moving past that and we don't want to think about it. But we're going to highlight some positive things from that. I know when COVID was at its strongest, there was Michelle and me and 4 other people running the shop over there. And so we would hear them come in and tell their stories and see how tired and everything they were. But I want you to know that Michelle would go out of her way to get them whatever they needed. When they needed to start wearing scrub caps all the time and we couldn't get any from retail or wholesale anywhere, she hired people to make scrub caps. When they were having masks and they were mask shortage, and by the way, just on the funny side of that, I was at a retail place yesterday and they're selling all these really fancy masks that we couldn't get before for like a penny a piece. But when there was a mask shortage, and that sounds funny, but there really was, she had ladies that were making the masks. I mean, they were buying fabric and elastic, and one of my friends was at home sewing, and all these people was doing these things according to what the hospitals needed. So you want to tell us a little bit about what you did during COVID?
Right. During COVID, nobody could find masks. So my mom lives here in Peachtree City, and she mostly, they're older people, and they weren't leaving the house, and my mom's a good sewer, so I said, hey, can you make some masks for us? Mm-hmm. And so she got the community to make masks, where we were giving at least 100 away a day.
Right.
So every day I'm calling my mom, please make some more masks. Everybody's coming for masks. So we also had that they didn't even have to come in the store, that we had them out front on the table, so they could just run up in their car and grab a mask. So, and then we also made T-shirts, mm-hmm. and we sold T-shirts, and the money that we made from the T-shirts bought the fabric for the mask. Also, we had hand sanitizer that nobody could find, and we had that made for us at the pharmacy place, and they donated, plus we also bought some, and then we also made visors, shield visors, mm-hmm. and we made those from scratch. We made them because people needed those too. So, and then the hats, nobody could find the scrub hats. We had people making the scrub hats, and people were coming for everything. And people that never wore scrubs now are wearing scrubs.
Right.
We had also a lot of travel nurses that when New York was going crazy, that they were coming in and they would buy a whole lot of uniforms and they would leave the next day, and they were up there for like months.
Right, and there was, like she mentioned, the hand sanitizer. You couldn't get that stuff anywhere. It was like liquid gold, and a local pharmacy made it for her. So, and she gave so much of this stuff away, people. She doesn't brag on herself for any of this, but she is such a big help in the community. That's one reason why I went to work for her and stayed for a while, till I kept breaking my foot and stuff, and I figured maybe I better sit down and not be on that foot quite so much. But it's she does. They have T-shirts. They do them for breast cancer awareness. They always have different ones for the frontline workers and the essential workers. I have a whole collection at home because all of us who work there would get our shirts and wear them. And I know friends that I have here who are nurses would be, let me know when there's a shirt, so they could run over there and get them, because that meant, it was a little bit of validation for all the hard work they were doing. So she has worked hard doing that, and not just during COVID. Well, one thing during COVID is masks became a fashion accessory. So several of us that worked there, we would have our hats on, and we would coordinate our mask with our hats and our outfits. So every time somebody brought them in, we was like, okay, we need that one and that one. So I have zebra and leopard print and all these different florals and stuff. So we did a lot with that. You might think it's funny, I found 40 masks at home from where I was doing masks on my own to do the logos on them, and I didn't know what to do with them, so I've had a friend go and sew the seams up the sides and double them over, and they look like little pocketbooks, and that's what I'm putting the nurses' kits in for Saturday.
All right.
But Michelle has not only donated to that. I've seen her do it to the schools. There's a mission that she sends shoes to all the time and extra scrub uniforms. And one thing we want to bring up about that is it takes a special heart to give back and to do that. It's people who work and are successful in their business. Some of them do not share as well, but you find more success when you're out helping others. And Michelle is very good about service in her community and helping others through how God has blessed her. So tell us what motivates you to do all these community service activities.
Well, being brought up in a Christian family, my dad was a minister or a chaplain in the Air Force, so we really felt like helping people. When we were overseas and the men in the service had no place to go for dinner and stuff, my parents would always like, okay, hey, we're going to have all these people come over. They have no place to go. So I saw that from my family that, helping people really affects their lives. You just never know that somebody can come in and you talk to them and you give them something, and it might be something that they had such a bad day, but now you gave them something and they felt important, and it might have really made their day. So we really, appreciate everybody, and you just don't know what everybody's going through that day, and you could maybe help somebody from, the situation that they're in by just being kind and nice and helping people. And I know when the tornado hit Noonan, I thought, man, this could have been Peachtree City. This could have been my house. It could have been my store, and I felt that if something were to happen to me in our store or our area in Peachtree City, that we would want people to help out. So when I heard about this, we decided to make T-shirts that said Noonan Strong, and we gave out T-shirts, we sold T-shirts, and then the money that we raised, we gave money to Noonan City Church and also Bridging the Gap. We also collected food and delivered it over to Bridging the Gap. And then Saturday, my husband and I went with Noonan City Church to people's houses and brought the trees, cut the trees down, and brought them to the street so that they could be picked up. And it was wonderful how we only had like 8 people, and I thought, oh my gosh, we're never going to get this one house done. And within an hour, working together as a team, we got that one done and went to another one. And we ended up with like 5 houses that we went and got all the wood and cleaned up the yards, and it was great, and it felt, great, and the people really appreciated it.
Oh, I know they did, because I was right on the edge. Our house didn't get any trouble from the tornado, but our church was about demolished, and we had a group come out last Saturday from River Life, and they cut down a bunch of the big trees and stuff that was on the edge of the property and cleaned it up, and we really appreciated that because it has been a lot of trouble to recoup from that tornado. My brain went totally dead right that minute. Okay, now it comes back. And see, I do this all the time. That's why I say don't be nervous about it. And that's part of how I get Ryan laughing. He's like, I can't believe I have this girl on the radio. But it's If nothing else, I'm honest, guys. But last night, and I'm going to tie this in together, but last night I was teaching about 14 kids from the ages of 4 up to 11 about how Samuel went to Jesse's house to find the next king. And he went through all of the other of Jesse's sons who were strong and in the army and could fight and was good looking and smart and all these things, till he got to David, who was the youngest. And David was the smallest, and at that point when anybody looked at him, they could not think that David was going to be a king. He did not look at anything like a king. And tying that in with the kids' lessons, we talked about an ant and how that small ant can live so many times its weight and do these things. But our lesson had us watch a little video about a leaf cutter ant. And I know Ryan and Michelle are like, what? The leaf cutter ant, when the ants work together and they go up the tree and they cut this certain kind of leaf down and they bring it back to their spot, and I didn't pay attention to the whole video, but something happens about some yucky fungus, but that's what keeps them all alive. And the thing is, one ant by itself can't do anything, but when they all work together, they could do a lot. And when God is in it and you give just a little bit, he multiplies it out a lot. And when you take your business, which is one thing we want to, confirm with you guys over and over, is when you take your business and you use what he's given you to bless other people and just be kind, it means a lot, and God will multiply it. And that's how you get success. I don't care how many business seminars you go to or anything else like that. That is the main key to success, is honoring God in what you do. And I have seen Michelle do that. Now, I will say something about her talking to, you never know what anybody goes through, and you never know how they're feeling, and what just a word from you could come back and just help their day a lot. That's one thing that we talk about on our broadcast and in our groups, that we don't know what battles others are facing. One more little COVID tidbit in there is when we were limiting how many people could come into the uniform store, one lady kept having to take Michelle and kick her out to the sidewalk because she kept sitting there talking to the people so much that we couldn't bring anybody else in to do what they needed to do. So Michelle was definitely a listener and taking heart to that. And, another thing, these things just keep popping up in mind. The hospital told her they needed phone chargers because these patients was coming in through the emergency room and nobody could go up there or do anything. So Michelle went and bought cases of phone chargers and took them to the local hospitals. So it's just, you guys out there you might not have cases of phone chargers and that kind of money or a place to make T-shirts, but you can do something that makes a difference.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kindness goes a long ways in all of that. Michelle grew up in the Air Force and with her dad, and she said, in her house they did, they were Christian, and they invited people over and they did these things. Tell us a little bit about your travels when you were little. What was something that caught your attention in the Air Force?
Well, luckily I had a sister that was like 2.5 years older than I am, because we never stayed in the place longer than 4 years. My dad was a chaplain in the Air Force, so we always traveled, and it was hard for me to make friends. I mean, when I was younger, I really didn't talk that much. My sister was a gab. So every place we went, we'd had to try to make friends. So I was glad that I had my sister because she was always my friend. But so we traveled the world, and it was great. We went to the Philippines. We lived in Okinawa, Japan, and we went to the Philippines, and you really saw what poor really was and how thankful we are. When we went to the Philippines to go shopping, and you would see that their store was their house and they had no bathroom, they would sew items up for you, and you'd come the next day and they would have it all ready for you. But you would see that, how poor people are. Yeah. And then when and people don't really see that. If you've never been overseas before and you've never been to some of these places, they are dirt poor. I mean, They have no floors or anything. So, we learned a lot about, how people really live and how fortunate we are to be, to have what we have,
Right.
And, we traveled the world, and it was great. Then, let's see, recently we did some shirts for breast cancer.
Right.
So I wanted to bring that up.
Yeah.
We did some shirts for breast cancer. My cousin that was only 2 years younger than me passed away probably about 3 years ago of breast cancer. And then recently my mom found out that she had breast cancer. So she did have a procedure done. And so we were giving breast cancer T-shirts away. And it said, get your mammogram. So I wanted to say, for all women, that every year you need to go get your mammogram, because
Right.
my mom had no idea that she had breast cancer. And recently my dad just died of cancer. And so she said that one night, she had something in her head saying, that my dad was saying to her, go and get a mammogram. And so she's not really sure why, but this kind of just came up. So she did, and then she found out she had cancer. So she's doing really well today.
Good.
And, but it just shows that really you don't know what is happening in your body, and that you really need to go get tests, because you just never know when,
Right.
that could save your life by going in every year, and having tests.
That's good. Thank you for making that announcement in there, because I need to do more about that. And I'm trying to find somebody that can come in and talk to us about women's health. So if you're listening and you're anywhere around our area, we are looking for somebody to come in and talk with us about women's health. But the mammograms, you are right on that. That's something that a lot of women neglect and don't do, because, it's not a fun experience, but it is something that's very necessary there. And that brings us a full circle back around to the nurses and the doctors and things. The more you stay in communication with them and check up and know your own body, the easier it's going to be to handle anything that comes up, because you have to be an advocate for yourself,
Right.
To take care of your own health, to take care of your business, to take care of your ministry, to take care of whatever you do. You have to advocate for yourself and be able to do it. But there's always a why of why you do the things you do. And in all these direct sales businesses and everything that I've done, they were like, what's your why? And your why is the reason that you're going to do it even on the hard days. And, my why was never really a great one, because I really didn't know why I was doing it. But that's how I ended up on the radio, and ended up making videos for Facebook and going out, putting my microphone in front of all these people's faces, because my why is now to educate women in as many ways as possible to help them have a little more joy and peace in their life, and to help them recoup and grow from things they've been through in life, so that they can function more fully and go out and help other people. Because I believe whatever we've been blessed with or comforted through, that is for us to use for others.
Right.
So we have the event coming up on Saturday.
All right. Yay.
I hear there's going to be pizza truck. I saw you sampling the pizza the other day. That's what I miss. I'm going to tell you, when I went to work at Uniforms for America, I helped in their art department and in their sales department. And I was thinking, I'm getting out of the house. I'm going over there. I can get away from these Cokes and all these snacks, so I don't have to do that, and I can be healthier. And boy, they have a break room with the refrigerators stocked full of Cokes and snacks and fresh baked cookies, and buying lunch for everybody to show their appreciation. So how good was that pizza I missed out on?
Well, okay, the pizza truck is going to be there today from 11 to 2. So after I'm done with this today, I didn't eat any breakfast, so I can go and have a hot pizza. Now, the pizza only takes like 1 minute to cook. I mean, they have this machine, the oven, and it's 360, so they put it in and it goes around, and when it comes out, then the pizza's done. So we were, I think, the first place that they asked if they could bring their truck to, because they just started. I'm like, okay, yeah, go ahead. And they handed flyers out, about it. And so now, I mean, the other day he was at like Lime Creek and all these other places. So, I mean, it started with just coming to my store and asking if we could do him a favor. And I said yes, but, give us a couple free pizzas. And which we did, So he's, going to be there today. But, it's, just helping people. I mean, he just called me out of the blue.
Yeah.
Hey, can I bring my pizza truck? I'm like, okay, yeah, come and do that, So.
Well, then on Saturday, you're going to have a wheel to spin for prizes?
Right, so we're going to have a wheel for prizes, and also, you can come in and you can get a free T-shirt. Also, we're going to have 20% off everything in the whole store. So we have like these look-alike bog bags by Simply Southern. I think we have like 10 left, and they're going to be 20% off.
Oh, wow.
And those will sell quickly.
Yes, they will.
So you need to get there early, and we're going to be open that day for Saturday from 11 to 3. So, come on in. And then also we have a spin a wheel that you can win like 50% off a pair of shoes. We're going to have like a free set of uniforms you can win. You can also like win, little items like scissors and things like that. Plus also, if you like us on Facebook, we are having a drawing at 4 o'clock for a pair of Dansko shoes. So also you can go on our Facebook page, which is Uniforms PTC, and you can like and share, and you'll be on the list too, because we have the flyer there that they can like and share, and then you're going to be put in the box to maybe try to win a pair of Danskos, and then you can come in. We probably have about 40 different pairs of Danskos, so you can choose from a lot of selection. Yes.
If you are not in the medical field and you don't know what Danskos are, they're like the premium orthopedic correct shoes for you to wear, especially in the nursing field and stuff, because they are easy to clean and they help your feet not be so tired and take care of everything. And they got all these cute patterns, but giving away a pair of Danskos is a big deal. And even if you're not in the medical field, you could use those. I've seen many people get them.
Yes, because everybody can wear a pair of Danskos, or not just for the medical. Especially like hairdressers, if you're on your feet all day, they're good for your back, and they also they kind of mold to your feet. So after you wear them, you know, when you try on other shoes, you're like, oh my gosh, I need my Danskos back on.
Oh, right.
Yes.
I can't put anything on, but I might get Danskos after I get out of the bedroom slippers. All right, you do the nurses' uniforms and you're doing the events, and we've done this, and I have to tell you, it was almost like pulling teeth to get Michelle to talk about community service events, because that's not why she does it. But it's important to know that people are out there doing it so you can take advantage of it, but also so you can know that you can do those things too. But at Uniforms for America, you also do other things besides the uniforms and stuff. What else do you do there?
Right, so we have 10 embroidery machines, and our building is like 12,000 square feet, so it is a humongous building. And then we also have 2 automatic screen printing machines. So you can come in and you can order items, or you can bring items in to have embroidered. Same with screen printing. We have an art person, Felicia, that works for us, and you can come in with an idea, and she can design a shirt, and then you just tell her what sizes and colors you want, and we can get them screen printed. And usually we can do it within like a week or 2.
Right, and they're really good on their prices and everything too. And you know, I've got some orders I'm working on to get over there to them. But when they're talking about the screen printing, I have 2 shirts that I got done to put in the store. I have a few of those left over there that are screen printed, and Smokey can do miracles with that machine on making it, you know, look ombre in different colors and all these things. So it's some really good work. They do the embroidery. I actually was at one of the machines for a couple of days there when I first started, and I was very afraid I was going to tear that big machine up, but I didn't. They do have Felicia there, who is in the art department. She's very gifted with being able to come up with ideas and things for you and getting it into production. So I want to encourage you to head on over to Uniforms for America. There is one, oops, my phone did it. There is one at 135 Huddleston Drive in Peachtree City, and then the other one is on down near the Piedmont Fayette Hospital.
Right, off Highway 54, yes.
Yeah, so there's 2 locations to help you out there, and I hope that you come out and join us, because I will be there Saturday, and we get to see you and talk to you and have a good time and appreciate all the nurses for all that you do. And on another note of that, you know, Sunday is Mother's Day, so you all need to go out and appreciate what she means to you, because usually there's just one day a year that you're asked to do that, so that would be okay for you to do.
We have a lot of gifts. We also have the Simply Southern t-shirts too. So, and they are great, because we just don't sell uniforms, we sell other items too.
Right.
And my sister Cindy is going to have some tables out front too. She's going to have all kind of like gifty stuff too for sale. So we're going to have a sidewalk sale. So we need everybody to come support the nurses for Nurses Week and show them how you appreciate them. And
we are going to post all those links into our Connecting Hearts page, and I'll share them on my private pages and stuff so you know how to get a hold of them. As for us, you know that we're passing our bags out to nurses all around town, so if you got a doctor's office or something, let us know, and we will get some little anti-stress kits over to you for your nurses' appreciation. And if you are looking for me, I am going to be over here on Perry Street, and I'm in the back of Happy Life Nutrition, so you just go open them doors up and yell Margie, and I do show up eventually and come out, and we can have a good time talking. One last announcement coming up. Check our Facebook pages. We are having Tea Time with Tea on the 24th. T stands for Tanisha Walker, who is God's Garden Girl. She is a great herbologist and shows you how to grow herbs and use them for medicine and for everything else. I just love to hear her talk. And so her and Dana and I are going to throw a real fancy tea party over at Happy Life on the 24th. Tickets are only $20, and you're going to get prizes. Plus, you're going to mix your own tea up.
Oh, wow.
She's going to teach us what these herbs are for, and then we're going to mix our own up for what we think that we need in it, and she's going to help us make sure it tastes good too. But we are doing a fascinator workshop on Friday the 20th, so you can decorate your hats or your fascinators because we have prizes. And she is coming on the show on the 19th to tell us a little bit about herbs. So I want to encourage you to look on our Facebook, because we have all kinds of events coming up, and we have started Coweta Christian Business Owners Directory, and we are starting to list businesses in there so that you know here's where you can go for good, reliable, dependable, honest service as you look for different people to help you there. So I want to thank you for listening today. And like I said, just come down Perry Street and yell Margie, and I will come out and we'll have a good conversation. Take care.
Thanks for tuning in to connecting hearts of women to resources, information, and to one another. Presented by Creative Hearts Studios, 18 Perry Street, here in Noonan. 404-528-8461. Until next time, have a wonderful day.
Hi, I'm Tracy Brooks. I'm the owner of Great Style Salon, located next to the Little Giant's grocery store at 487 Jackson Street, right off of 29. Our hours are from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And on Fridays, we're open from 12 noon until 4. Saturdays, we're open from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Please come check us out. We specialize in hair cutting and great scalp massages. And right now, I'm looking to hire 2 great hairstylists. Come check me out.
Hey guys, this is Dana with Happy Life Nutrition, located on 18 Perry Street, downtown Noonan. Hours are 8 to 5, Tuesday through Friday. Come check us out. We will be serving up meal replacement shakes, calorie-burning teas, coffees, waffles. We have a kids menu and a workout menu. We do deliveries with a 5-drink minimum or $5 delivery charge if less. You can call ahead for your order. Free Wi-Fi, quiet atmosphere for business meetings or get-togethers. Our number at Happy Life Nutrition is 770-683-5172. Can't wait to see you.
Let's see, if something costs